Okay guys, you should be on day 107 for our morning review. Make sure your name is at the top of your paper, always, always, always. And let's take a look and see what number 1 says. Number 1 says, circle 3 adjectives in each sentence. So for each sentence, you should have 3 things circled. Oh my goodness, here's Grand's new van again. All right, so Grand's new van is, Grand's van is new. It's yellow and it's bright. Grand's new van is so yellow and bright. All 3 of those things describe the van, right? They're adjectives, and the van would be a noun because it's a thing, right? All right, the next one says, without a strong handle, this a useless little pan. I think they're missing a word in there. It should say this is. Let's put that in there for them. Without a strong handle, this is a useless little pan. Well, strong is going to describe the handle. This is a useless little, and that is describing the pan, right? Okay. So check yours with mine. Adjectives are fun because you can just kind of pick how you want to describe something. If you put your feet in mud, you might describe it as squishy, you might describe it as cold, wet, soft. There might be a lot of different ways you can describe it. Yucky, that would even be an adjective that still describes the mud. So adjectives are very fun to play with. Try to make sure you're including adjectives in your writing. Number 2 says, sort the words by their spelling pattern. So we know that vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and I can hear lots of my friends saying, and sometimes Y. So Y also sometimes sounds like E, and it sometimes sounds like I. So for example, my name is Courtney, and the way you spell Courtney is C-O-U-R-T-N-E-Y, okay? And you can see that I have an E-Y, but my Y sounds like an E, Courtney. Now, you also have the word, I'm gonna move my paper over here, cry. And cry, that Y sounds like an I. So they're asking you to sort the vowel sounds, the Y sounds. So we have fancy E, so that's gonna go where the E sound is. Please make sure you're actually writing it down. Don't draw a line. That gets kind of lazy. So actually write the word in there for me, please. Fry, it's like cry, that Y sounds like an I. July, July is capital. If you can tell me why it's capital, I'll give you an extra high five, okay? There's a reason why there's a capital letter for July. It's a noun, but it's a special noun. If you can remember what that special noun is called, send me a little video on Seesaw and let me know. All right, so July, the Y in July would have a long I sound. So that goes there. And jelly, the Y in jelly sounds like an E. So you're going to put jelly on this side. There you go. Okay. So here's that word ban again. If you ban something, it means I have to stop something. So if I were to ban basketball, I would say no more basketball. And there's lots of friends, again, that would be very sad. It's a verb. It's actually an action of doing something. So it says, what does ban have to do with rules? Well, if I ban something, ban is a rule. It would say that you can't play anymore. So the rule would equal you can't play anymore. You can't do something, right? Now squeeze it in here. You can't do something. Okay, oops, I'm sorry. You can't even see that. Sometimes when I'm sitting here on the floor, I can't fully see on top of my phone. Okay, number 4 says, write a synonym, and it's not cinnamon, not like cinnamon you put on your toast. Write a synonym for or from the box for each bold word. And a synonym is a word that means the same. Remember how we talked about this? Synonym has an S, and that S makes me think of the word same. So what's a word that's the same as ask? Would it be study, discover, or beg? If I ask, I might beg. Find. What's another word for find? Would it be study or discover? If I find something, I discover it. And finally, the last one is learn, study, and learn. So study would be the same as to learn something. Okay, synonyms are words that have about the same meaning. Number 5. Use 2 numbers in each group to make 12. This is kind of fun. So you have to look at the numbers that are dark. So the 7, the 4, and the 8. Which 2 numbers would make 12? Well, again, it's kind of like a game with math. I'm going to pick the larger number, 8, and I'm going to see if I can add the smaller number to it to make 12. So 8, put 8 in my head, and you count up 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that works out just great. So 8 plus 4, it's just kind of trial and error, okay? But it's also knowing your math facts and making sure that you're practicing them and knowing them in a snap. 12 is also, I know, because I know my math facts, that 6 plus 6 is a double fact, and 6 plus 6 equals 12. I know that in a snap. So please, 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 make sure you're practicing your math facts. You can do that on the app called Quick Math. It's very fun. If you don't have it, make sure you've downloaded it. Okay, circle true statements, cross out false statements. So 65 can be expressed as 65 ones. That's true. 4 10s and 25 ones. Well, 4 10s, and then how many 10s are in 25? There's 2. So 40 plus 20, 40, 50, 60. So this would be right, plus 5 more ones. Now, 5 10s, so if I count 10 5 times, that's 50 plus 6. This would be 56. So this cannot be it. Back to our clocks again. You know how to do this. Make sure you're counting by 5s all the way around. We start with 0, 0 or o'clock at the top. And then it says, draw the minute hand showing that 0 minutes have passed. So 0 minutes is going to be where? The long hand should be pointing at the o'clock, okay, because no minutes have passed. So we have 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55. Okay. Awesome. Here we go. There are, last one. There are some pans for sale at the store. 5 pans were sold, and there's still 28 pans left over. Okay, so the unit is pans. How many pans were there to start? Okay, so we don't know how many pans they had to start. So that's actually our mystery number, I think. Hold on. There were some pans for sale at the store. 5 pans were sold. So something minus 5. And there were 28 pans still left over. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, with addition and subtraction, we do our turnaround back. So we can do 28 plus 5. Okay, we have 8 plus 5, put 8 in your head, and count up 5 more, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm thinking of 13 over here in my head. Boop. 13 has one group of 10. That group of 10 is going to go here on top, remember? The 3, which is a 1, or 1s, go on the bottom. And then we add this group of 10 that we carried over. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So we had to have started off with 33 pans. That is our answer. Make sure your unit is on your paper. Make sure your thinking's on your paper. Okay, the more thinking I see in math, the more happy I am as a math teacher. All right? Okay, check your work with mine, and then make sure you go ahead and upload it to Seesaw.